so we can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the day so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before.
session here at Shenandoah University, and right along with it is our esports program. I'm Molly Dens with Benjamin Kincaid, ready to kick off one heck of a fall semester, one heck of a Rocket League season to come today.
Yeah, super stoked to be back in, the regular season. We're back in it, back into the thick of things. Week 1 Rocket League, cannot wait to get started. I'm very, very excited, very stoked. Molly, how are you feeling?
Oh, dude, you said it. You said it yourself. I mean, this is something we've been waiting for all summer. I've been bored. I've been sitting at home. Don't get me wrong. I love playing video games. But this right here, getting up in front of the desk, in front of all of you, representing the esports teams that we have here at Shenandoah University. A lot of them with brand new looks, brand new faces. The one exception, though, just so happens to be our Rocket League team today. The first time in this Rocket League team's history where they have maintained all 3 starters from a previous year. This is now their 3rd semester playing together.
Yeah, I am super stoked to see what these guys can do this season. They had all of last year to get that camaraderie and that team play up, and now they are looking really, really good. We can see them there on the screen. Mango, Eliminate, and Kyazii back in the driver's seat this season. Coach Qoallrk as well returning for the squad. I am expecting some big, big things from these players.
And we look at this in particular. This is now the 3rd term, and every single time we've seen this team play, they have continued to grow and grow as players and as a team. Kyazii, who we saw in particular, a freshman last year, brand new to this roster, has taken some incredible steps up in clutch moments. Griffin, Mango, maintaining his spot as that team lead, keeping the vibes up, as the coach likes to put it, and rounding it all out with Mr. Consistent himself in Eliminate. So this team, high expectations, not only from us as a Shenandoah Esports program, but also they put this on themselves. They think this is going to be the closest bracket, this closest division that they're competing for in these NACE Varsity Tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close all around, right? Mm-hmm. We have some heavy hitters, of course, in the group with us, but Shenandoah feeling pretty excited, pretty happy, pretty steady with what they have going here on our side. I believe we have the standings ready to go, so we can take a quick look at those. Yeah. This is what we're looking at right now, right? We got Northern Kentucky today. This is our matchup that we will be going into, but we see Maryville, Kaiser, Cleary, Blinn as well. A lot of big heavy hitters here. Very established esports programs in this group.
Rocket League 2 is just one of those esports that's so easy for collegiate programs to get into. It requires only 3 players. The concept of Rocket League, I mean, it's soccer with race cars, let's be honest. It's pretty easy to grasp. So this level of competition in collegiate has just continued to grow. And this is why, even though Shenandoah has gotten so much better, so is every other team that is competing. And they think that they can compete with the very best. I mean, even just looking at this group, you want to make at least top 3 to have a chance at a postseason, but it's week 1. Everyone's at 0-0. This is a clean slate and a fresh start against an opponent who's really going to push the limits and see where this Hornets roster can grow this season.
Yeah, talking with the coaches, with the players, Mango specifically, I was able to chat with him a little bit before we got on air here, and he's like, all right, this is going to be a close game, a tough matchup, but they believe that they have the ability to pull this one through. Qoallrk as well, our coach for the Rocket League team, very optimistic, very high. Close scrims early on. They did scrim them each other earlier on, about 2 or so weeks ago. So they're a little bit familiar with the play styles and what they are going to expect going into this matchup.
And that's kind of the nice thing about a at least somewhat familiar opponent, even if Northern Kentucky, it was a scrim, it was a practice, so things will look different than when you're actually there. But you can get a general idea for a team's play style, which often affects that first 5 minutes, game number 1 of play, where they're kind of feeling each other out. Shenandoah, as well, I mean, you can say the same thing for Northern Kentucky, will have a general idea of what to be expecting heading into today. So when we look out, we're looking for the Hornets. We want them, of course, to succeed, but you have to acknowledge this is going to be tough. This is going to be a very, very tricky matchup, and one that's likely going to push their endurance.
Yeah, this is... I'm expecting... I hate to say it already. Right?
Don't say it, Ben.
I won't say anything. I'm expecting a long series.
Okay, close enough.
We don't know how many games that'll be, but I'm expecting some back and forth, some up in the air toss-up, some very close individual games as well from both squads, and I cannot wait to get into it.
We love collegiate Rocket League. We really do. It just comes down to that, simple and straight. And Shenandoah, let's just say we're not unfamiliar with long series.
Yeah,
It is rare that we get a 3-0 around in these parts of Virginia, so not expecting that to say it, but Northern Kentucky are going to be a opponent that, again, pushing the limits. They are going to test this team's synergy, which is a big thing that isn't talked about as much. We focus a lot on those individual skills, like your ability to dribble in the air. What are your aerials looking like? Can you do a flip reset? Can you put multiple together? Well, Mango sure can. Maybe we'll see that today. But also how they can work together as a team, their communications, and that is where playing for now your third semester without any changes in the coaching or player roster, you're going to shine. You're going to shine above the rest in that tournament. One player can do whatever the heck they want, but it doesn't matter if you have three that are just on the same wavelength. Yeah,
that's why I'm really optimistic about this squad, right? Because they have been together for 2 full semesters, all summer, playing together, and now entering this third semester. They have no kinks to really work out. They know each other's play styles. They know what they want to look for in these games, and this matchup will be the one to really kind of set the tone of what to expect from this SU squad moving forward.
And my eyes particularly are going to be on Mango. He's been on the team the longest. This is his 3rd year competing, I believe, where it's the 2nd for both Eliminate and Kyazii. But Mango, not only is he the in-game leader, the one that we're looking to for main form of communications, but also the one who often, you'll see him grinding the game the most. He's working on all these small, intricate mechanics that can really separate you from your opponents. This is the guy that's going to come out and pull those triple flip resets that we're expecting to see. And he's got the ego, he's got the passion and the personality to back it up. You make it sound like a bad thing, but this confidence is just what you need in a striker, in a team that wants to come out of the gates roaring. Shenandoah, first game of the season, starting their kickoff now.
Already kickoff in favor of SU into that right-hand corner. Pig in for Northern Kentucky here, trying to find this clear. Not able to find anything just yet as Shenandoah have complete control of this ball, just hovering in front of the net. A demo coming through as well. Mango taken off the board. Retreat now for the Hornets as they have to cover for their fallen member. Another demo coming through, but this time in favor of SU. Beneficial to find this clear.
Fireworks going off so far, but no one taking too many risks. Nice bump from Kyazii over the head of Pig. We recovered by Brandon, though. Shenandoah kind of clustered up in the midfield, looking for a reset and up to get that defense going to a certain degree. Kyazii, in particular, has known to be shining in that defensive role, more in the back. Eliminate the fall, a little bit of a whiff, doesn't matter too much, but that second one is going to come back and hurt. It'll be Pig with the first point for Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, we can see Elim just trying to get up in the air, misses that ricochet. Pig in the perfect position. Mango trying to contest, but just not fast enough to get there. Northern Kentucky the first on the board within the first minute of game 1.
And you got to put that up. That's a little bit of nerves, right? First game of the season, you can hear all the cameras, all the lights. The lights in the arena are off and they're flashing. It's kind of cool, but it's starting to get to you. Shenandoah, well, they might be on the back foot for now. So much room to kind of bring this one back. Be Brandon with the dribble to the back line. Both Eliminate and Kyazii available to cover. Well, eventually an Eliminate and recovery, but Pig, look how aggressive that they've been playing so far in this series. Perfect center for the teammate. Ended up being a little bit of a solo dribble, giving Shenandoah more room to work. Eliminate and swiping the ball right from Brandon's hood along Mango, hopefully to set something up on the offense.
Kyazii now going on the offensive side alongside Mango, but Pig again in position, trying to find these crosses, but just unable to connect on anything just yet. Shenandoah showing some good pressure. Mango in the air, but again, it's Pig in position. Elim able to keep this ball in their possession, but right now, the defense from Northern Kentucky looking super strong.
Pig in particular has seemingly been everywhere on the field. Shenandoah doing their best to contest just one, but still a little bit too clustered up to make significant moves. Northern Kentucky set a brick wall across this midfield line, and it's been very challenging to pass. Pig going for a double tap off the bet. Nice save from Mango. Prepared for that play. See it coming from a mile away. Doesn't quite have the boost to maintain the power, and that's where these defenses, they can seem like they're never ending. Northern Kentucky are taking away all of the speed boost resources out of Shenandoah, and a series of whiffs there. It turns out to be A-okay, as there was a key bump coming down through the back line. Even if Mango is disposed of for a couple of seconds, the Hornets still on their feet.
Yeah, Shenandoah struggling to try to find this clear. Mango trying to find it there, but again, Northern Kentucky just in position. Elim now no boost to his name, unable to follow up on the clear. But this is just the relentless pressure that we see from Northern Kentucky. Shenandoah unable to do anything on offense. As I say that, Jaden does get demo. This could be an opportunity for SU to strike. but no, not able to find the connection on the pass.
It is much better, though. The Hornets have found their way to push themselves past this defensive setup that Northern Kentucky have set. Little bit of time in the orange half of the field, but we're straight back to the blue. Mango taking things a little more aggressively, to say the least, and blowing Northern Kentucky up. And those are the actually kind of plays that if you have a team that looks as coordinated as Northern Kentucky, literally take a piece out of the equation by putting them into a fireball. Kyazii doing his best to intercept and prevent any of these 1-2 taps that NKU set up so well previously.
Yeah, Shenandoahs have had some looks here and there, but just unable to get that connection going just yet. Elim trying to find the clear, but again, Pig in position.
Nice
no
Kyazii.
boost left. Kyazii able to find that clear, crucial to keep them in game one.
Yeah, Kyazii playing hero right now. It's been, what, 3 minutes without a point being scored. Northern Kentucky holding a narrow lead. The Hornets can flip this at any point. Eliminate just short on the double tap. He had the vision. You saw it right there. But it's the smallest things that Shenandoah find themselves struggling with. And now be a second buried into the back. Northern Kentucky, quick turnaround and a 2-0 lead.
And you can look at the entire end sequence of this play. Shenandoah has no boost to their name, no way to get back. Whereas Northern Kentucky, they had full bars practically. They were able to find that play quickly and capitalize on the starvation that Shenandoah found themselves in and find themselves with a 2-0 lead with a minute to go.
The Hornets felt themselves getting desperate. They had to make an offensive play, and with that comes its own risks. Leave the back door open and hope that NKU couldn't recover, but that just wasn't the case in that scenario. Another aerial dribble from Big. This guy's just sailing over the competition right now. Finally bring him back down to earth. Shenandoah 45 seconds on the clock to make a play. 2 points. Challenging, yes, but nowhere near impossible.
Pig again just trying to find that angle, but unable to do so. A clear coming through from SU. 30 seconds remain. Elim trying to find this pass off the corner, off the backboard. Mango in position, able to find it. 27 seconds left on the timer, really. Shenandoah still in this game one.
And look at this setup. Eliminate to Mango. This is where that synergy comes in. Eliminates. You know what, buddy? I got this. Griffin, get yourself up in the center field. And that's where that guy, that's just what he made to do, is to put the ball in the back of the net when you need it the most. 1 point game. Shenandoah need to tie this up within the next 20 seconds.
Elim, full boost to his name. We'll be using a lot of it to try to find this
Eliminate.
pass. Yet again, the cross stopped by Pig, but no boost. Kyazii able to get there. Mango, the cross over to Elim. Elim in position, but unable to find the angle. 6 seconds remain. Will they be able to find the tying goal?
Only 2 seconds. A volley up in the air. Risky play. NKU are going to try their best to get it down to the ground. They're going to grab the final touch. A 1 point game. And giving Northern Kentucky that first points of the day. And we often say this about game 5s. Even if these teams have scrimmed each other in the past, this is serious. This is game time. Everything can be changed. And it's just feeling each other out. What does the opponent have to offer? And we saw how smothering Northern Kentucky's offense can be.
Yeah, just relentless aggression coming through from Northern Kentucky. Shenandoah struggling to find those clears in the mid game, but towards the end there, in that last 45 seconds, they were really able to try to get some momentum going on that offensive side, able to find that goal. Elim over to Mango, and also possibly some very close looks towards the end of that game as well to tie it, almost tie it up at 2. Elim had the look, but just unable to connect on the ball in the perfect trajectory. Geometry, that wasn't my specialty.
You know what, we're close.
Yeah, close enough.
Kind of
Yeah,
math
that was
geometry-ish terms.
Sort of trajectory.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're warming up too. We're warming up
Yeah.
too. The Hornets had their
new.
warm-up. The team had the warm-up. This is our time to warm up. And
Yeah.
we'll be all good to go from here on out. One player that did look pretty good to me is Eliminate.
Yeah.
Eliminate is on it. Mr. Consistent. I called it from the very beginning. He's here to play, and if you need coverage on the defense, which mostly that's where he was, he's got you. He had the wonderful assist for the 1 point that Shenandoah did manage to get as well. We got our feet wet. Now it's time to take the whole dive in, though. Game number 2. You get to wipe that slate clean. Once again, you're not starting on this deficit early that you have to come back from. Shenandoah will now have the opportunity to make the first move.
Yeah, I'd love to see a little bit more disruption coming through from the SU squad, right? Specifically, find where Pig is and take him out of the equation. That is really, on the side of Northern Kentucky, the one that has been doing so much work on this defensive and offensive side, setting up Brandon and Jaden on the side of Northern Kentucky. We can see them already, the aggression coming through.
Wow.
Pig again back to find that defense.
But this is the pace that the Hornets needed to come out with. You get stuffed in your own defensive end. You're like, hey, I want to play the game too. And you just go ahead and give it right to Northern Kentucky. At the beginning, forces Brandon back a little bit more. Nice booming pass downfield, intercepted by Mango. They don't really have too much follow-up. Pig has been great at finding these little hits in the air, winning 50s against some of these key plays that allowed NKU to preserve their dominance. So seeing Mango get up and aggressive and even take Pig out forcibly is already a much better start despite going scoreless within this first 50 seconds.
Mango in the air yet again. No boost to follow up on anything just yet on the retreat. Elim sitting in the goal. Jaden trying to get tricky. Full boost on the side of Brandon. An open net,
Mango!
almost Mango in the perfect position to find the save.
That wasn't even just Mango, that was Eliminate too. Ended up knocking Jaden out of path. That would have been a first point scored. Had Eliminate not covered on that second defender. We can see the communication starting to flow between these two teams. The Brandon, though, winning that little duel in the corner. Eliminate centered ball, this time over to Kyazii, but Pig will manage to get there first. The Shenandoah offense just getting started, though. Fortunately, that hit from Brandon forces you back towards your third man, eventually towards the blue end once more.
Pig trying to maneuver through that corner yet again, but Elim, Mr. Consistent, as we like to call him, there to receive it. Kyazii now pass into Mango. The touch just barely off the mark. Jaden again. Oh my goodness.
No.
Kyazii though with the touch.
Again.
Not able to find it. Mango again with the angle. Shots on goal, but none going in for the Hornets.
The barrage of shots are on point. NKU just got this net on lock. You can see how much they were stressing in those final seconds. That was 3 shots within, I believe, just 10 counts there. Wonderful display of offensive pressure, and already this possession much more even from what we saw in game number 1. Truly a warm-up round. Shot from Kyazii, almost a second from Mango. I mean, the shot just keep pouring in, and it'll be the third one from Eliminate to actually nail it to the back.
Yeah, and just look at the aggression. Mango, Kyazii just in there, disrupting everything, and then Elim, the perfect read, the perfect amount of boost to find that aerial shot in that bottom left corner. SU first on the board in game 2.
First on the board, and this lead is going to mean a lot as the game goes on. About halfway through game number 2, it's Northern Kentucky now that have to find the answer to the Hornets' early points. We've also seen a lot more demos on the side of the Blue squad this time around. Shenandoah taking some of your advice here, Benjamin. You literally got to make him explode in order to get past the defenders. A very good strategy to use, the mechanic in Rocket League. Right now, though, NKU looking for something in this offensive end. It's a nice tap up towards the crossbar. Not a chance for a Hornets player to get in the way.
Yeah, and that was just good corner play coming through from Northern Kentucky. You can see Jaden able to find that angle, and Pig in the perfect spot again to follow up to just bury that into the back of the net. Northern Kentucky answering back 1-1 in game 2.
Fast answer. 30 seconds to be more specific. Shenandoah now back to that even footing that we spent most of our games on so far. The Pig, though, another one of these corner plays. Northern Kentucky has found a lot of give from that previously, where Shenandoah ought to play more towards this near post. Jaden, though, doesn't quite have the same handle on the ball. The demolition on the defender. It goes a little bit wide. Kyazii gets one final tap. Shenandoah breathing a sigh of relief for now, and it'll be Mango starting an offensive push.
Yeah, and Brandon there had the perfect idea. Northern Kentucky had full control of that ball, went for that demo, found it, but the defense, again, just standing strong for SU to follow up. Mango just barely misses off of the post.
It was there. Everything looked good, but that crossbar, sometimes it looks smaller than it is. And in classic Northern Kentucky fashion, we're starting to see these fast turnarounds from the offense to defense result in them taking the lead.
Yeah, Shenandoah unable to get back in time on that defensive side. They had a great look, just barely going wide was Mango on that shot, but they've looked a lot better in this game too offensively, having so many looks, so many shots on goal, only one going in thus far. Jaden now trying to play with the corner. Mango in the air, won't be able to follow up on that one. Opts to play defensively and wait to construct a play with his teammates.
Had the pass there, but this ball is just moving a little bit too slow. It's enough for Northern Kentucky to wiggle their way in and find themselves between these passing lanes that Shenandoah are looking for in the skybox. Hasn't come up to too much. Kyazii, another one for the demolition books. Doesn't quite have the boost to continue pressing with the remainder of the team. It's been mainly Mango and Eliminate, and Kyazii playing the good old midfield position. Wonderful demolition there from Eliminate. Might as well saves that second goal.
Yeah, Pig getting demoed there, stopping all the momentum was Elim. Now a clear. Brandon on the way back to receive that one. Pig pushing it out on that corner. a little bit of a double jump, a little parkour there going on. Jaden now Kyazii able to find that clear yet again. 30 seconds remain. Shenandoah down 1.
Down 1, Pig has had so much control over this ball, and it pulls all of Shenandoah's attention away. They're also focused on what Pig is doing, then turn a small blind eye towards that center field, and Northern Kentucky granting themselves an insurance point with only 20 seconds left to go in game 2.
Yeah, 20 seconds left, 2-goal lead. Northern Kentucky looking super strong, opening up this series, but Shenandoah on the offensive side as well have been looking a lot better, but the defense from Northern Kentucky is just holding strong. 15 seconds left in this game number 2. Trying to send it towards the corner. Kyazii in position. Will be able to find it. 8 seconds might not seem like a lot of time, but Molly, we've seen goals a lot faster than 8 seconds.
It ain't over till it's over, people. And Kyazii just made sure of that. One more point. Potentially tie up this game 2 to prevent Shenandoah from going to their signature reverse sweep positioning. They eliminate. At least trying to win off that kickoff, but it's only a drag from Pig to take the ball, dancing in front of the net, touching the ground just in time. Northern Kentucky got the early setup on that kickoff. The luck not on the Hornets' side in those final seconds. That results in a 2-game match point now for Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, match point indeed. Northern Kentucky looking super strong on this defensive side. And Shenandoah just looking a little, just barely behind the rotations for this defensive side. They've looked good offensively in that game too, but with a better offense, the defense just kind of took a step back, not able to find these clears that they were able to find in game 1, keeping that one close.
And one thing that we've continued to see Shenandoah work on throughout these past couple of semesters is that transition between offense to defense. And it seems to be a little bit on the shaky side. And it is the first match of the season. You're often going to see a lot of it, but as this series has continued, it's gotten closer and closer. Each one of these games have been decided by 1 goal. It's not like Shenandoah are out of this by any means. And as I've said, you have also said several times in the past, like however long this broadcast has been, Map 5 is a very familiar territory for this team. When you have your backs up against the wall, you go into survival mode and you find a way to fight back because there is no other option. Shenandoah very much still in this series, and they have at least 1 more map to prove it to us.
Yeah, right now, when we're looking at SU, we're seeing a lot of Mango and a lot of Eliminate, but not a whole lot of Kyazii just yet. He's on that defensive side, able to find a lot of clears, but offensively, he hasn't been able to find that groove yet, that connection with Mango that we saw last semester.
We know Mango to be this very aggressive player. Kyazii and Eliminate often playing second fiddle to set up that superstar, but they've transitioned to playing this more team-oriented pace, as we've seen more of today, but it's plays like this from Big that make things so scary. Wonderful pitch between Eliminate and Mango. Zippy fast clear down to the other end of the field, and Shenandoah at least keeping themselves in safety for the time being.
Pig now trying to find the cross over to Brandon on target and in the goal. That is the communication that we want to see from SU. Look, Pig able to find this perfect pass and the communication. Brandon just in the perfect position. No boost needed to find that early goal.
Those shots like that are so hard to block. When Northern Kentucky are finding that fast of a turnaround, Shenandoah, unless you're keeping a player back all the time, it is near impossible to find a way to put yourself in that type of play, and we're starting to see that a little bit more. The offense, yes, it is improving on the Hornets, and they're getting more opportunities at it, but they're just a little pace behind when it comes moving towards the defensive end, and that's where Northern Kentucky has found every single one of their goals so far, and in instances like this, demolition mid-air, Elim bailing Shenandoah out.
Yeah, Elim again able to find that demo. Brandon trying to find that aerial, but unable to do so just yet, but still able to maintain possession of this ball. The demo coming through. That was beautifully done by Brandon.
Incredible show right there. Northern Kentucky, and their team synergy is just on something today. Demolitions like that on the goal line are so difficult to time, and it just so happened that the person who was carrying the ball had enough boost and enough track to actually make that play happen. Shenandoah, I want to see the same form of aggressive play that we saw in Game 2, where we were going for these specific demos, not letting Pig just rule this upper half of the field and taking more of the game into their control.
Mango now trying to squeeze it out of this corner towards Elim, but unable to do so. Northern Kentucky able to find the clear, the demos as well. Kyazii down. Brandon now out of this corner trying to find yet another cross. Pig in position will find the touch and find the goal. 3-0 now, Northern Kentucky in Game 3.
Northern Kentucky, it's like they knew they were on match point. They were so close, and that confidence has gone unmatched. But 3:33 on the clock, quite fitting for the 3 points that are scored. 3 is a great number, apparently. Not one that Shenandoah wants to see on the other side of the scoreboard. Still have time to work with, but we need this survival mode to kick in sometime soon. Shenandoah just took this team to a 4-3 in scrims the other week. We know that this team can compete at that level. It's just Northern Kentucky, their confidence is boosted so high, it seems almost impossible to knock them down.
Yeah, another demo coming through as well. Kyazii off the board. Elim able to get back, trying to find the defense on that corner. Kyazii gone again. Pig going head hunting right now. Mango, however, in the air trying to find the goal. Won't be able to find it. Jaden able to get back in time.
A solo play from Mango. Those are the ones that saved Shenandoah in games past. You can tell that's the strategy that Griffin is pulling out right now. He has the mechanics to do it, but Pig is having none of it. That's the second time he just swooped that ball right out from Mango's clutches. And Northern Kentucky maintain most of this ball control, putting just enough of a tap on it, leaving the push unpredictable for Shenandoah, just full-on bodying Kyazii out of the way to ensure Pig can have his time on the ball.
Yeah, they're trying to find these crosses, but have just been unsuccessful. Northern Kentucky doing a great job at defending this corner and finding the crosses of their own off of these clears. Kyazii bumped out of the way, has to get back, has to try to defend. The shot on goal just off that post, but Pig again back from Northern Kentucky to keep this offense going.
Now the shots continue to parade the Hornets' net right now. Just under half the game still to go, and a bare minimum of 3 needs to be scored, all while shutting out a confident Northern Kentucky, a task that seems pretty darn close to impossible, but the Hornets are going to keep fighting until that time bank expires. Pig has just been going crazy in these past couple of minutes, and there's just nothing the Hornets can seemingly pull out to try to stop this guy. Just everywhere, all at once, and it takes this nice clear from Mango, only to be answered mid-point.
Yeah, Mango doing everything he can to find these clears. We'll be able to find one here, but out of boost. Again, Pig fast onto the ball. A good clear coming through from Shenandoah. Yet again, Kyazii able to find the demo as well. Brandon is gone. 2v3 situation for the meantime, but again, it's Pig in position to save the day. The shot on goal, though. Kyazii able to find one.
Kyazii always been the one where everything looks dark to give the Hornets some light to go ahead and fly towards from midfield. It'll be the first in game 3, and we got to keep seeing more things like this. If Shenandoah want to keep fighting, want a chance of getting that first win of the season, it's plays like that they're going to let you do it.
Yeah, I mean, 2 goals with a minute left to go. It's not doable, right? This is very, very winnable still for the Hornets. Mango with an early demo there, but unable to do anything as they lost that kickoff. Now, a minute left. Need to find a clear, need to find a goal fast. Stay in this one.
Mango now, triple mid-air, but guess what? None other than Pig. This ball needs to be kept close and personal, otherwise Pig will find their way to take it all down. Elim has to go over the top, but once again, the ball a little bit too far away to maintain that close possession. Goes wide on this block. Demolition on the goal line. But somehow, NKU keep it out of the net for now. Shenandoah trying to turn this into some sort of offensive push. 30 seconds on the clock. Kyazii forcing his way towards his midfield line. Jaden, one last bump of an attempt to keep that out of their net and to ensure NKU can keep the lead.
Yeah, Kyazii trying to find that clear, or that cross, excuse me, but unable to do so.
play.
Kyazii now in the air, but ran out of boost, unable to follow up. Mango trying to do so himself, but again, the clear coming through from Northern Kentucky. Down to 4 seconds left. This one is done and dusted. Kyazii able to find the demo, but with a second remaining, the ball hits the floor, and Northern Kentucky will take week 1.
And Northern Kentucky, first win of their season, closing out Shenandoah in a 3-0 fashion. And despite the scoreline that we had today, it was a very close matchup.
Yeah.
Very rarely did we see this goal differential, except for really this last game, goal above a 2. So this overall good showing from the Hornets at the start, showing that their synergy from last season still exists. They still have that talent, but also how much the competition has also stepped up their games, and the Hornets are going to continue to work to meet them there.
Yeah, I mean, the Hornets did not look bad at all, really. I mean, The defense struggled a little bit, but that was just props to Northern Kentucky's offense, just able to find all these crosses, all of these beautiful angles, specifically Pig on Northern Kentucky, just playing ridiculous Rocket League. Just all over the place. Defense, offense, wherever you needed him, he was there. Same with Mango on the side of the Hornets. He was on the offense, on the defense, finding so many plays, trying to set up these plays for Shenandoah. A lot of them just barely unable to work out.
It was so close, yet so far, as it seemed, for many points. And Shenandoah, this first game, it started out tough. You're in your own defensive end. I'd say like 65% of this game, number one. Rough start, really rough start. And then we look on ahead. Game number two, you finished that final 30 seconds with the point. You started off right. It was a nice little tap up in the air and a good old tap in from Elim, who remained consistent throughout this entire series with both saves as well as some of these assists that we saw going through, and it got close. Like, look at this. Final 90 seconds, Shenandoah had some incredible shots going their way, but it was the speed of the transitions and how quickly Northern Kentucky were able to move themselves around the field and starve Shenandoah out of boost, having the complete control of the pace that ended up winning the game today.
Yeah, I mean, Northern Kentucky just playing very, very fast Rocket League, and these early goals as well hurting Shenandoah. They weren't able to get everything going in their direction till later in these matches, whereas Northern Kentucky, within minute one, they were firing and finding these angles on the goal where Shenandoah was just stuck on their back foot.
And to be totally fair to Shenandoah here as well, and when you're looking at teams like this, you want to find a way that you're able to communicate under these high-pressure situations, which is by far the hardest thing. No matter how much you practice as an individual in these scrimmages, the environment of a full competition like this is entirely different. This isn't something that you can practice for until the day of. Well, this isn't the result that Shenandoah was necessarily hoping for today. I do hope that they can look at the positives of this, that they can fight with these teams that do stand at a higher level, knowing that this was a tough opponent today, and they can take the lessons that they've learned and put it on to these next couple of weeks, because you have 7 in NACE and even more once our NACC competition starts.
Yeah, and this is week one, day one, right?
Let's be honest.
No one's going to be perfect week one, day one. It will be quite shocking if you were perfect week one, day one, because that would be like, all right, you are just a god, right? You are just insane. But yeah, a lot to learn from, a lot to look at on the side of the Hornets. Northern Kentucky playing great Rocket League as well, but still very optimistic, very excited for this team.
Yeah, and it's not like there's large glaring things. It's like these small microplays. At some points, you're like, maybe I could have hit that. Maybe we could have been there a little bit sooner. That's literally all it takes, and those are quick fixes. Those are things that you can go back in the VODs and like, dang, I could have done that. That's exactly that's all it's going to take, and we're going to see a Shenandoah next week who has learned from that. They're a team that bounces back very well and can produce these results as we've seen them in both the past 2 semesters. I'm just so glad that we can have a storyline like this that can continue to build. We have our baseline now, same players, same coach, just a new battlefield.
Yeah, and props to Qoallrk as well, keeping this group together, tight-knit. I mean, all these guys are best friends, right? They are with each other 24/7. I don't think I've seen Kyazii away from Eliminate or Mango for more than a minute.
Literally.
Right? They are tight-knit, close group. Yeah. They respect each other. They love each other. And I'm excited for the future.
Now, we got a lot more to look out for here today, but I believe that is going to go ahead and close our main section of the broadcast. We will have an interview coming up with one of our players momentarily to talk about the exciting things that we have coming up for Shenandoah Rocket League. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with one of our players. Shenandoah Rocket League wrapped up their first week of the NACE Varsity Premier League competition. While it might have been a 3-0 loss, I gotta say the hopes are high, and we're so excited as a school, as a program, and of course myself as a caster, to have Eliminathan on the desk here, our player of the match. Mr. Consistent, as we were calling you all day long. I gotta say, very well done, even if it was the first game of the season. How does it feel to be back out here after several months off?
Hey, it's a great time. Honestly, this is our first full year after coming together as a team. So last year was our first full year as a team. So we're coming in with high hopes this season. Obviously, first loss, kind of a bummer. We were playing a great team. Nothing we can do about our team's skill. They're really good players. Specifically, that pig guy, he was on us, you know.
Yeah.
But we did our best. Our comms were high. Our attitude was good. We were a little frustrated about first game loss, but that just comes with everything else.
And hey, week one of the season, you got a little bit of nerves back in here in this competitive environment, and it is no small task to understand. And still, the performance that you were able to put up, especially look at that, 8 shots on the team. Like usually, I'm used to seeing you in more of this kind of supportive, assisting position, but you really took it into your own hands today to be the one to make the plays and actually force Northern Kentucky to be in more of a back foot situation. Has the play style really adjusted from what we've seen in the past from Shenandoah, with Mango kind of taking that lead, and now you're having everybody kind of step up as one?
So I'm going to give credit to Mango for this one. In our scrim that we did before the match, we really were focusing on putting on the pressure and not playing on this back foot that we usually do. Our defensive capabilities are really high, but we haven't really been focusing on our offense very much recently. So focusing on offense, usually, obviously, you see the 8 shots. I'm not used to putting on that much heat.
That's a lot.
So this is very new for me, of course. I'm happy about my performance, and I think our new play style and new focus going into it is a good step for us.
Yeah. And it's an adjustment, like anything else. A brand new play style, even if you're still playing with each other for so long, you got to learn how to do the brand new thing.
That's right, yeah.
So Rocket League is always one of those games that you look at, and you can completely underestimate the amount of skill, because I see car, I see ball, and I see
so
goal.
hard.
Easy. No, insanely impossible game. I don't know how y'all do it, and it's actually insane. And, you know, with that being said, you've changed your new play style. It's one thing you want to work on. How does that really fit into the goals, what you're hoping to achieve as a team this season as we move forwards?
So we're going to work more as a team rather than individually this season. So last season we were kind of like, we got to get together, we got to get good individually, start playing your ranked games. But this time we're really going to take it on more as a team sport rather than individually. Of course, it's a team sport in game, but outside of game it's a little bit different. So we're going to take that a little bit more seriously. Obviously, our new play style comes into that. We got to practice that a lot more. We're doing more VOD reviews.
Nice.
We have more time scheduled for games. Obviously, we got the academy team, so we can work with them as well. So really just excited for the season so far. It looks like we're off to a great start, even though we're off to 0-1, but good team, you know. We can't really be upset about it.
No, and I like that you still have these positive vibes. And taking a 3-0 loss, sure, it's never a feel good, but you're here, you're positive about it, and you're looking forward towards the positive improvement. And that's one of our favorite things as casters about the Rocket League team is even if you end up losing, even if it's not the performance that you wanted, you go out of it taking what you need to and come back with an even better performance in the following week. And we get to look forward to that following week. You'll be back on next Monday before you'll have even more competition starting towards the end of the month. But for now, you get your 1 game a week. You get a little bit of a chillax. And I want to hear from you. I want to give you the chance to talk. What are you most excited for this season? What are you looking forward to?
So as a player who started last year for my first year, I'm really looking forward to how much we have room to grow as a team. So we've been, like I said, new play style. First full year done as a team. So we've really had that growth period to work on throughout all of last 2 semesters. So I'm excited to see where that next step takes us, because we've kind of like figured each other out. We know how each other play. We know how to VOD review with each other. So I feel like we can take those 2 things to the next level and bring it to our gameplay, and hopefully it reflects in our stats.
And we're looking forward to seeing that improvement as it goes on. Thank you so much, Eliminate, for joining us here on the desk today. And we look forward to seeing you back on Monday. And look forward to a positive result, too, from all the work.
Of course, thank you.
With that, we are going to close out our broadcast for today. We will be coming back on Thursday on this Shenandoah Esports channel for the debut of our Super Smash Brothers team. Make sure you go ahead, give the Twitch channel a follow, and support some of our students. Cheer them on in the competitions we had, because this is only the start. It's been Molly Dens and Benjamin Kincaid earlier. We'll go ahead and see you next time.
Go!